What advice would you give to educators if they're not feeling very confident or knowledgeable to undertake a project of inquiry with children?
A lot of the time, it's not about children's interest because we use children's interest a lot. But
Mm.
it's not about their interest, but it's always about their ideas, their theories, their stories they want to tell, their thinking. And we have to remind us not to worry about the final look of the product, but really just advocating and honoring the process of learning and collaborating and exploring. So we just need to remember not to rush the children and hijack their ideas with teachers' scripts, because sometimes we have the scripts or they're doing this, so they are into the dinosaurs. Well, maybe there's nothing to do with dinosaur. Maybe there's something else below the surface. Um,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, it might not be about dinosaurs and how many scales they've got. It might be about conflict resolution, or it might be about, the survival of the planet or something much deeper. I think that's totally important to remind ourselves that it's not the interest, because it's very hard to determine I know Tiziana Filippini in one of her presentations once said, children have 20 interests a day. They're interested in everything. How do we as the adult make the assumption that a particular interest, because they played with trucks for 5 minutes, that therefore their interest is wheels and trucks? It might be much more complex than that. It might be about turn taking. It might be about social justice. It might be about fairness or kindness or something much deeper than what appears to be the interest on the surface. And I love your work in that it reminds us to stop, to slow down, to take the time to really listen and wonder about what is it children are actually exploring and thinking about.
yeah.
And
Sometimes be very brave, be just very bold to
mm,
investigate those kind of things and testing those kind of things with the children. Um, if it's not working, and try something else to solve the problem with the children. It's not
yeah.
about whether it's going to work or not. It's about the process. It's about the reflection. It's about our way of thinking, how we support them and facilitate them. It's the
Mm.
learning together.
And do you document your reflections in a particular way to try and keep track of your own thread of thinking?
Yes, yes. So in our program, when we plan, it's like a mind map, like a spider web kind of thing. So you see exactly like where the previous learning is taking you, and it links with our story park stories. In terms of documenting children's learning stories, we embedded Ampalo's thinking lens. We see, we hear, we wonder, we think, what resonates with us, how how about this and how about that. It's quite complicated,
Yeah.
but it's just worth the practice. The
Yes.
more you try, the more you get into it, and it's
Doing
very
that intentional.
fascinating.
Yeah, you're being really intentional in the way you're thinking about everything, and weighing up the pros and cons, or the directions that things may or may not be going in.